I guess it's going to be take two as usual. I try and do something. So at any rate, Gary, I just wanted to show you. Now we're copying a bunch of stuff to the optical drive. You can hear it. Kind of sounds like a typewriter running amuck in there. So it's a little lasers burning ones and zeros. And it was a cool idea. So Canon had invested about $155 million into NeXT. And Steve Jobs really pushed him on this optical drive technology. So Canon also used it for kind of a storage library deal as well. They had a Canophile, it was called. Weird name, I know, but it was a Canophile machine. And so they were starting to digitize stuff even back then. And so this was the first idea where they were going to use digital kind of lasers to keep data. And the fault was these optical drives, about 95% of them are DOA. So what happens is the design would prone to overheating, capacitors would blow, motors, etc. And normally I'd have cooling fans on this. If you're going to run them for any length of time, you've got the cooling fan in the NeXT. They actually had the fans spun around. They were susceptible to dust, which would cause read-write failures. So just about anything that could fail on them did. And it's cool to have them finally back up and running again. So that was kind of a monumental effort. There's actually, on nextcomputers.org, there's a thread that runs about probably 15 years about everybody contributing to figuring out how to restore these NeXT optical drives. And so there's been mixed success. It's kind of a guru level 10 deal. I mean, if you've never soldered, don't even try it. Some of you still will. But it's just one of those things that it was part of the legacy hardware. What would wind up happening is they're incredibly slow. It's a neat concept, but it's only running, I think, at not even 5,400 RPM. And so you'd wake up, go make a pot of coffee, come back and wait for your NeXT to boot. And the operating system was actually on this drive too. So you could have a second optical drive, so you'd have a 2 optical stack. And then NeXT came up because there was so much swap file going back and forth. RAM was in the stratosphere as well back then. You have to remember, like an 8 meg stick of RAM was $1,000. And NeXT used 4 meg or 1 meg 30-pin SIMs, and even those were, 150 each, and you had to run them in sets of 4. So even for, a 4 meg upgrade, which I have some of the original kits, that was about $600. And, but it made quite a difference in performance. The NeXT stations and cubes shipped from the factory with only 8 megs of RAM. The stations had 105 meg hard drive, which was relatively huge for the time, especially going to the half height drives. And then the next step up was like they used Quantum and Maxtor. The Maxtors, they had a couple different footprints. It was the 1280, it was a 239 meg drive, as well as the 1480, which is a 428 meg drive. And then on the cubes, they finally, and they had the options originally for a 330 meg SCSI drive, which is a full height 7-pound drive. I do have those around here. I could maybe I'll do a session on those one day. As the website improves too, and my AI skills, I'm capable of making some pretty killer videos that'll be coming up. I still kind of just like this point and shoot. It's easy to do. Kind of brings a personality of me across. And there's just so much cheesy AI crap out there every day. It's almost maddening that it's just come out of practically nowhere and is just taking over our lives. Okay, so I guess what it's doing now, it's just taking a look at all these things down here, sizing them up, and then you're going to move them over. I guess I shouldn't have probably grabbed a whole stack there at the end, but I believe that's the last thing that's holding me up on this whole project. And what do we got up here? How's this guy doing? He should be about a quarter of the way done. Yeah, so I can continue to sit here and talk about it. But what I think I am going to do is I will show you my ugly mug, and we're going to call this one a wrap. Gregor, your drive's definitely going out today. I'm going to go ahead. Here we've got our Zulu Blaster 2350. This is a 68030 25 megahertz cube. It's running, we got our load board simulating monitor load, Brian Archer sound card, non-ADB keyboard and mouse, my custom cable on an Acer monitor. I did have it running on this 4000A, but it was just kind of, I started to adjust the back of it, where you take the back off, and then there's a cutoff you got to be really careful with. And then the white, which kind of turns up the brightness. But honestly, folks, some of these monitors, I'd say probably about 80% of the 4000s and 4000As are towards the end of life. We can still use them as a surrogate. I would count on them as a prop. And with my little custom cable here, it gives them new life. Your keyboard and mouse is always going to have to plug in to a sound card, which is built into the monitors. My little cable gives you the opportunity to have a side chick, so to speak, a nice modern flat panel monitor, which is going to be 10 times more easy on your eyes, as you can see. And, all right, so stay tuned. More fun stuff to come from the black hole. Hope I don't have any boogs. And we will talk soon, folks. Appreciate your business and patience. Stay tuned. Coming up with new ways to skin the cat every day, I guess. Have a good day.